Trump and Biden look like they're going to be the Democrat and Republican nominees in 2024. I know there'll be third parties. Would you vote Biden? Would you vote Trump? Would you vote third party? Or are you so frustrated you just throw up your hands, which unfortunately I think a lot of people are going to be, and just wouldn't even bother to show up because you don't think it's going to matter?
As a black man, I would never throw away my vote. People died to fight for the right for us to vote. I would never disrespect my descendants by doing something like that. You know, people made tremendous sacrifices with their lives for us to have the right to vote. And I'm definitely going to, you know, Voting Rights Act kicks in 1965. I mean, hell, we did this 1965 for crying out loud. We go through all of that, then you're not going to vote. I think that's shameful. And I think that's irresponsible. And I think that it's important to recognize that the biggest conduit for change is your vote. That's number one. Having said all of that, here's my answer to your question about a third party as opposed to Trump or Biden. I would tell you that I would vote third party in a heartbeat if I thought it could win an election. I don't want to throw away my vote, okay? But I will tell you, I'm not enamored with either candidate. I'm not as down on all of Trump's policies as people are. There are some good things he's done. I'm from an HBCU. I know that he did things for HBCUs. I know that the economy was flourishing. We can act like we don't know that, but damn it, it's true. It was flourishing under his stewardship for some time. I know COVID ended up being a disaster. Now we're finding out something new every day about Dr. Fauci or anybody else. I don't know all of the details of this stuff, but you just read the news and you see what's going on. You listen to people like yourself, and I don't give a damn what people say about claytravis or anybody else. Don't tell me who you like. Are they telling the truth? Are they telling the truth, damn it? If you're telling the truth, then damn it, I like you. I mean, I just got to take it. And so that's just the way that it is. But when I look at Trump, here's where I think that all of his supporters should take something into consideration. I think that he's so divisive that he could potentially cause civil war in this country. That's my concern about him. What I would ask the Republicans is this. Somebody like DeSantis would vote right along how he'd vote. They try to implement policies just like he's implementing it. Nikki Haley as well. I mean, what are you talking about? They would do the things that Trump does. They would just do it with considerably more decorum and, dare I say, decency, as opposed to being so divisive where you ultimately cause civil war in this country. On the other hand, there's Biden. And there are a lot of people with the Democratic Party that I won't give their names, but they've made sure to contact me because they didn't like the fact that I said this, Clay. We need a new president. The man is going to be 82 years of age in the year 2024. There's no way around it. We need to stop. Now, you know, I would get on my man Sean Hannity a lot. Stop causing trouble. You just trying to create a narrative. And here's what you do. You're troublemaking stuff. You're going to get Clay on your show. You're going to get everybody else on your show starting this nonsense.
You watch,
Sean,
by the way, for people who don't know, you watch Fox News. I mean, you enjoy Sean Hannity's show. You'll throw
watch all
on
of them.
Jesse Waters. Yeah.
Absolutely. I didn't listen, I'm a fan of Jesse Waters. I just didn't like what he did with the whole DeSantis thing with slavery. All I said about him was this. Why even defend that? Why even bring that up? Why even try to investigate, there are positive benefits to slavery? Stop that. Let that go. You should have told DeSantis to shut the hell up. And that's the only issue that I've ever had with Jesse Waters. But I respect the hell out of him in the show that he does. And I'm fond of the work that he does. Sean Hannity and black folks just need to get over it. We go back 20 years, damn near 20 years. Sean Hannity and I are going to be cool, and that's just the way it's going to be. I'm not apologizing for that to anybody. The same goes to Mark Levin. They know I don't agree with all of their politics. But what you're not going to do is come to me as a black man and tell me that I'm supposed to be speaking against them as if there's some racist ass people or something like that, just because you don't agree with them ideology. I don't agree with them ideologically rather. They know that. But I know, A, they know what they're talking about. Two, they make salient points. And I think those two guys are both decent dudes. And that's just the way that I feel about them, and I'm not changing.
No, they're good dudes. I agree with that. So what grade? Joe Biden, you said 82. I think 75% of people, regardless of politics, agree that Joe Biden is too old and seems mentally and physically overwhelmed. So only 25% of people would even disagree with that statement that I made. 75%, it's hard to get 75% of people to agree on anything. So what should happen for the Democrats? Like, should they pick somebody else?
I
I
think,
mean, if Biden's too old, then I agree with you. What should happen?
right. First of all, let me say this. I know there's a lot of people, if you're a liberal, there's a lot of people that agree with what Biden has done. They look at the economy. They don't think it's that bad. They look at inflation issues. They don't think it's that bad. They don't think we're in a recession or anything like that. These are the kind of things that they say. Obviously, getting folks out of jail for nonviolent crimes. They give them credit for that. There's a litany of things. My issue is this. It's statesmanship. So definitely I get where they're coming from. But you got to show the ability not just to be competent and cogent, alert, and vibrant. Okay, these things come into play. But the ability to display, there's no reason to doubt that you'll be this way for the next 4 years. And you cannot tell me that that's what he's showing us. It's just a fact. And nobody wants me to say it. I can't even tell you, especially folks in the black, what the hell? You don't know what you're talking about. Why would you say this? Blah, 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 blah. I said, because he's losing. It's one thing if he's winning, because I do think he would be less harmful than Trump in terms of just keeping us whole as a society per se. I'm not talking policy, Clay. I'm not talking policy because it depends on what your taste is or whatever. Me, I could go both ways because I'm gonna have more money in my pocket with Trump. I'm gonna have more money in my pocket with Trump. Okay. But of course, there's some other things that may not work to my advantage, and I get all of that. But when I'm thinking about Biden, you have to show that ability. You haven't been. There has been flagrant slippage. And in my perfect world, it would be nice if Kamala Harris showed up and had more of an impact. That has not been the case. Now, here's where I'm going. I am in no way saying that me, myself, supports this move. But what makes sense, if you are a flaming liberal, what makes sense is that Biden bows out and Gavin Newsom takes the mantle and runs for the presidency against whoever the Republican nominee is. It presumably is Trump, but 91 counts against you, 4 different charges, 91 counts. What if he gets convicted? What will happen then? Nikki Haley gaining some momentum, Ron DeSantis gaining some momentum, Christie's still alive. I understand it's a big deal. I get where you're coming from with all of that. But what I would tell you is at the end of the day, this is what it comes down to. In the end, it would be, to me, Trump versus Gavin Newsom.
What do you like about Chris Christie? Because I think you sent out a tweet saying you'd like to see him on the debate stage. We got the debate coming in a couple of days down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He'll be there. He's been on Clay and Buck a bunch. I like him. He's a huge sports fan. I'm sure that you guys can connect on sports, but
we're friends
you probably
from that.
know him decently at this point. Yeah. So what do you like about him as a politician?
It's more personal than anything else, Clay. From the standpoint that I've gotten to know him personally. I like him a great deal. I think that he's smart. Obviously, he's accomplished. I think that he is about national security. I thought that he did a relatively decent job. If it wasn't for the whole kind of scandal with George Washington Bridge and Bridgegate and stuff like that, I thought that he, up until that moment, he was incredibly popular. But it's really just about, to me, I'm weird in the sense that I don't necessarily have to agree with all of your policies. I have to trust that your soul is in the right place, that you're about doing what's in the best interest of the country, not just yourself. That's big to me, okay? It's not about changing the country ideologically or having that dramatic shift or anything like that. It's about making sure that we do the kind of things that serve to appease the whole to the best of your ability, willing to find some level of compromise. We know that in the state of New Jersey, the Democrats was running the House and the Senate locally, statewide, but somehow, some way he was able to get some things done in the state of New Jersey. So I think about things along those lines and I say, okay, this is a person that has the ability to work across the aisle and try to get things done. And I think somebody like that is somebody that I believe is worth supporting. But it's really about me knowing him a bit personally compared to other guys.